I don't know. I had a long conversation with Tzvi Freeman, who is very excited about the whole project. He would definitely would like to participate.
It's a different project, right?
Yeah, but the project of having the monthly bi-weekly, whatever it was, I don't know whoever spoke to them.
No, I think it's monthly. Yeah,
the
it should be
monthly
monthly. I think better.
a podcast, a conversation about the contemporary reality of Mashiach, kind of. That's what we went for last time. We decided to get away a little bit from the shiurim because it's not going to attract too many people, but to make it something a little bit more relevant. So Tzvi is very excited about it. It's up his alley. In fact, I did find out, I finally got a hold of, thanks to Taker, what's his name? Reuven, who got me the number from this Avishai Fergan. I finally spoke to him. He speaks English very well. And he's definitely very willing to have this kind of conversation with Tzvi, where Tzvi will kind of ask questions and he will answer. In fact, he's even willing to prepare some questions. I was in contact today. I was in contact today with Tzvi. He's not feeling well, but kids are going back and forth. And he wants to get this going. So my idea, my thinking, I should say, is that we should do the first one with this particular guy. He has this broad world view about what's happening in the world, how all this fits in with the whole concept of Geula, which is, I think, should be of an interesting approach. He has his opinions, his views, also what's happening today in Israel with the earthquake, the political earthquake which is happening in Eretz Israel. Yes.
By the way, before I forget, it might be interesting also. Before you ask the questions to the guest, maybe he should tell him. He should speak about himself. He should speak about himself. Ask him, what's going. How did he get to the? He should talk about his own story. That makes it makes it more interesting.
Tzvi is very good at prying. Tzvi is very good at Yeah. So and Tzvi said he's willing to do it if he knows he has who to pry. He wants to make sure that the person who he's going to interview will be somebody that has what to offer and can answer. He doesn't want to make him uncomfortable. He just wants to get the juice out of him. So I was thinking of following, and Mandy, you tell me if my thinking is okay. I thought we should get this Tzvi with this particular guy, it's called Avishai Fergan, who will look at the political realities of the world today. And how about for the second session to get one of the world's top scientists in Moshiach, Mandy Rubenfeld, who has a good basic wide information about all. I'm not trying to tease you or to schmear you. I'm trying to get you to work. So right. and come up with all these things that you're very aware of and that you're very involved in, and you explained it and presented it. You don't have to be the guy that has a PhD after your title. You could be ABC's my punta is good. So and if somebody would ask what does ABC stand for, you're gonna say you don't know. So and then there are no more questions. I thought that this could be two sessions that we can plan, and then we have to come up with more things.
Or you can get some, or Mendy, if you don't feel comfortable, you can get someone that you feel that could do the same job.
Why are you saying that Mendy's not comfortable? I think he's comfortable.
I'm just saying because when you put the name Mendy's name out there, I don't know if everyone states it's a shliach, this and that, but it might be better if you can get someone more professional. That's what I'm saying.
So all you need to add is a Rosh Tevis after the name. That's all. And as the Rebbe as the Friedrich Rebbe apparently told the Rebbe wrote a letter to, I think it was a letter, and there was a whole bunch of a lengthy title with Rosh Tevis, which seemed to be very flattering, etc. Complimentary, I should say, not flattering. The Rebbe doesn't go for flatters. But so the Rebbe asked the Friedrich Rebbe, "Was meint das?" In other words, the Rebbe felt that doesn't necessarily deserve all those titles. So the Friedrich Rebbe apparently answered, "A Rosh Tevis can meinen a sach Sachen." The Rosh Tevis could have different meanings. So we'll find the title. But I think it should make for an interesting, an interesting conversation. I could tell Bruven. If I can come to Tzvi with 3 programs, he's going to schedule it this way. He's going to present it this way. And there's a good chance, if it's coming from Tzvi, that maybe we'll even get onto Chabad Adog. And that would be quite a beautiful thing if we can get it onto the Chabad Adog side. He is, after all, a major player in Chabad Adog.
Didn't you say you have someone from Boston? Remember that professor?
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're right. Actually, he thought it was a good idea. He knows him.
Okay, good.
He knows him. Yeah, Professor Newman, I think his name is. Yeah, he knows him actually. He said that should also be very interesting. There is somebody with titles. So if anybody has any other suggestions, I would be more than happy to share this with Tzvi and have Tzvi to pack. I'm going to ask Tzvi to package it. Tzvi to give it the whole, to present it, a series of podcasts between Tzvi Friedman with world-renowned political commentators and scientists and doctors and Schmeiterfans, whatever you have. From what you're saying over here, the first one I don't know. The other 2 I can tell you right now, don't waste your time.
And
I don't want, since it's being recorded, I'm going to refrain from saying the names.
Yeah.
I can find out his name. He's one of the top psychiatrists today in Eretz Yisrael. Is about Shuva Frumery, that's fast. He became a Tzfasi. But he's top in psychiatry. He's one of the government's main people in one of the hospitals, etc. Apparently, he's very warm. Apparently, he's here into Gula Moshiach. I can find out if he would be a good candidate. So if we can put together, but maybe
do we have someone who understands business? A big like someone seeing the trends of businesses and so on and so forth, economics.
Bill Gates. No, Bill Gates. Who's the one that said that's what they called? Remember you said among your drushes, proven that the future is going to be Ladas Hashem.
Was ich gesagt, na drasche denke ich schon.
Is given Bill Gates.
Vergesse ich gleich noch, wie ich sage, vergesse ich schon.
Why we go for the big boys? Why we go for the big boys? If you have it pre-recorded these days, you can go for anyone and everyone. Was nicht.
That's what I was going to say.
Was nicht. PR. It's Mashiach, Abi Mashiach. That's what I think. Why not?
I think you should get one of the progressive, extreme leftist, George Soros, who is going to explain his whole concept. Let me finish, if you don't mind. Who is going to explain the whole concept of open borders. Open borders is Geula. What is open borders?
Freedom.
It's not about my country. Right? Open borders mean that the whole world is equal. Everybody's equal. And we all have to share. Can't be that one person is worth $1 trillion and the other one is dying from hunger. In Torah, it's not as Amitzias. If you think the reality is that the AOCs and those lefties progressives, they have a valid point. The same thing is with the defunding the police. Das is Mishpatim and so on. Now they take it radical and they're not implementing it in a proper way. But the rayon, the concept, is all a Geula approach, to the world. Now, I don't know. It's going to be slightly controversial if you're going to present that George Soros bringt mir die Geula. But in Teuchen, in the Ryan Shebedover, they have it right. They have it right.
Yeah, if the interviewer, what's his name?
Okay, fine, but
he thinks he can switch, he can take out from that. Why not?
Okay, good. I mean, so you have to be careful with this because sometimes it backfires. That's right. Yeah. So you have to be careful with these things. But let's see if we can have some, not just Israelis, get somebody that's an American, a professor, a doctor, as you said, an economist that could speak to the topic in an intelligent way and in a down-to-earth way. It should make sense. And if we can make a serious, and I can ask Tzvi to package it nicely, to present it nicely, and then it's
yeah. You'd be surprised how many people you can get. Even though I just saw you have many people speaking English, professors, doctors, and so many people you just don't know. You have to find them. Listen, it's a good start.
You know what, Lina, I'm going to reach out to someone. Actually, Ruben, you can reach out just to me. I was thinking of reaching out to Shmulik Handel and ask him who does he know in Eretz Yisrael who speaks English that has a Choshev title, a long Aleph base or ABC after his name, who would be able and
an interview,
logically go on for a 20-minute to maximum a half-hour conversation interview and bringing out in his field wie man sagt, der Rebbe bei der Welt und das Mashiach's Ashpah of the Welt.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I would love to have someone who can spend time and explain how AI, artificial intelligence, is all about Geula. Mandy, are you good? Are you comfortable with that?
All about is difficult because in Golis nothing's all about, right? I just want to say that you have Reb Label here who has a website on these things, and he can speak very intelligently to it. And also Mendy Majeski has been copying this for a long time. That's why I put their names on. I'm not throwing it out.
I understand, but I think that Isaac has a point. If we can have it Kavyochel from the Tziporam Daberes, it always has more of an attraction. If you get somebody with a title and is Nish Kalabavitcher or is not known to be an official card-carrying member, it will automatically attract more people to come and want to listen.
100%.
That's the Seder Oilem. In Alma de Shikra, that's the way it works.
Yeah. Also, everything that happens, Bashkacha Pratis, so if these things, the whole world's changing because of AI, just that alone should push us to start thinking that this is connected to Geula.
And people in music, there's so many Balachuvas that happen. Every Mitzvah and Donishtik is another Kochav from Eretz Yisrael that decided to do Tshuva.
So what are you say?
I'm saying to invite them for an interview.
Oh, you mean some...
Yeah, from music, from this and that.
Yeah, look, if you get, what's his name? Elbaz, what's his name? Gad Elbaz? Huh? Gadi Elbaz? No, I think that's
Gad Elbaz.
Gad Elbaz. Kocht sich stark im Mashiach. But let him come up, how his music has changed and how his music now reflects his feeling and his reality. That could make for a nice program.
Yeah, just him talking about what he feels, Mashiach to him, whatever it is, Hakol Revach. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. He told me that he's not feeling so well. I'm going to try to have a comprehensive conversation with Tzvi. Tell him the ideas the names that we're thinking of, if he's comfortable with that, and ask him to package it, present it, give it a title, etc. And we're going to start lining up these people.
Right, and then you have other, like for example, if you have Simon Jacobson, if he's comfortable with other people, he has his bunch that he's comfortable. You can have him also. He can, switch off with different people. Oh, Riboy, yeah, right. This guy Riboy, what's the guy's name?
Kind of nicht.
Yeah, he's also very good. Yeah.
Okay. So this is my report.
All right. So are we having a timer for this?
Mandy, please keep these meetings going because this reminds me that I had a big phone calls. I'll be honest with you. Let's make to know. Since we started off with Sandy's Alchet, I might as well join.
I could also remind you. I send you reminders on WhatsApp.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't be shy.
Oh, Yishai Rebo? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, put him down. Put him down. He's also very good. He's very good.
He's a Lubavitcher, I think.
He's close to Lubavitch. I don't know.
Yeah, he is close to Chabad. I mean, he's very interesting because he's a crossover musician. The Fry Israelis go crazy for him, and the Frum people are obviously, his message is Mashiach, Mamish.
Yeah.
But we were at the concert in Florida, and it was all across the board. I mean, he had him Mamish believing Mashiach is, it's all going to be good right in front of our eyes. So he's a very humble guy too. So it's not, he's amazed at what he's been able to accomplish in terms of uniting different people.
Yeah, so that's a good idea.
Let me show you something I just found. I wrote in AI Mashiach, and it comes up like this. Go away. Okay. Do you think AI could be the rival of Mashiach? Meaning to say that AI itself is Mashiach. There's one step off. So this guy, Ernest W. Adams, he's a game design consultant. He's the only one who gave an answer. Can you see his answer on Isaac?
I can be. It's too small. What's the question? What's the answer?
The question is, do you think AI could be the rival of Mashiach? It says, the Jewish conception of the Mashiach is of a king who will emerge and rescue Israel. I don't see AI as possessing the necessary royal qualities. Maybe I can give an answer here.
But AI is definitely going to be part
I would say, go ahead. I would say simple. Obviously, Mashiach is a human being. Mashiach is a Redida. Mashiach is, as Rambam said, Melech Beis David. But AI will facilitate.
That's right.
Wash it. You want to sit the whole day and learn Torah. Who's going to wash your dishes?
Exactly.
Who's going to go shopping for you?
100%.
I teach in seminary once a week, and my topic is Mashiach Geula. So, and I saw at one point that the girls are losing interest.
Yeah.
So I discussed with them the concept of Shisha B'Keres Echad. They all got excited. Oh, did I have that?
Talk their language without pain.
But hold on. But there's one thing, and this is Yiloid Kol Yoim.
Kol Yoim. You told them that? Oy.
Yes. So, but I told them, look at this. What is the problem with having large families? You simply don't have the time. You don't have the
resources.
You don't have the resources, don't have the money to give yourself to all the kids. But imagine that the only thing you have to give to your kids is just tender love and attention. That's all you have to give because everything else is taken care of. You can have a principal can take care of 500 students and give all the students their attention. That's where the AI comes in. They'll change the babies for you. They'll change the diapers, they wash the laundry, they wash the floor. It'll be Nizan Kabishal Akum. It's AI, so it's not Bishal Akum. Everything is. So the only thing you need to do is what? Let Melakus. So what's the problem? Joe, I have to call you back in a few minutes.
Sounds good.
So this is where the AI comes in, push it as this support system to be able to live a Mashiach life. Especially
they just 3D printed a cheesecake, I think a few days ago.
A cheesecake.
Yeah,
3D
3D
awesome.
printer. With a laser, it cooked it and it made it a cheesecake.
So why didn't he make a hamburger?
They do that. They're doing it also. They did that also.
You can't they have the artificial meat. They have the non-meat meat and the non-dairy. You can't Yeah, I mean, I'm very serious about it. It's not a joke. That's what this AI is all about.
It's hard to imagine that that's not correct, what you're saying. It's hard to imagine that the Eibusher brought us to this point, and this is not the point of it.
Excuse me. From the opinion showing. Miriam, can I call you back in a few minutes, please?
Reb Label, do you have some stuff on your website about that?
Not about AI personally, because I've talked to some people and they feel like it's been weaponized. So I have a friend who is he's just retired from university, and he asked AI to draw a picture of himself as a Haredi, and all the stereotypical things, all the schlechte stuff came out in the painting. So he says that it's very dangerous, in terms of its ability to. Actually, there was a writer who wrote an article about it, and he wanted to know what AI said, and AI put the date of his death, and had to put a link, and he tried to tell that that he wasn't dead. And it would start giving excuses that as far as it comes to Nishan, he hasn't published in a while, et cetera, et cetera. It stand by its story that he died. So there's definitely a very nefarious element that could be, again, weaponized. So
Galus is ein Rabbe loy toy, vein toy beloy ra. So that's what all these issues are, right?
Yeah.
But when you take in the broader picture of it, the toiv shebedover is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy gave a TED talk and he says AI, I'm sure AI is going to destroy us. And I'm still very excited to help work on it.
Yeah, that's pretty
an accurate description.
It is just like when the older coach drivers got petrified when the train came into being, right?
Yeah.
And where are they? And where are they now?
Who? The trains or the drivers?
The coach drivers.
They're riding AI.
Limousines.
They're riding AI.
Now they're driving limousines.
Oh. They got replaced by Balabatim, by Uber.
What? They're Uber drivers. That's right. Look. I'm gonna have to excuse myself because I have an Indian guys in prison and I have to get a opinion shvuim taken care of here.